In 2015, the U.S. Department of Education found that 1.2 million students dropped out of high school every year. A lot of these students face the unfortunate consequences of poverty and unemployment. So, what is making these students drop out? According to the National Center for Education Statistics, 27% of students dropped out because they were failing too many of their classes, and 26% of students reported being bored and uninterested in going to school. Other contributing factors were financial instability and drug abuse. So that means 53% of students who drop out are only doing it as a result of poor grades and boredom. And this is where the Camarillo Library Tutoring Center comes into account. The Camarillo Library Tutoring Center focuses on aiding elementary school kids in various subjects. These subjects include math, science, and English. So, in addition to being taught in class, they're also being taught by the tutors. The tutoring they receive helps these students from falling behind in school and keeps them on track. Growing up, I always had a great support system from my family, and having that luxury led me to being where I am today. But understanding that not every child has that luxury is what pushed me to give back to my community by volunteering at the tutoring center. So let's go back to the problem of students dropping out. Well, why is this a problem exactly? Studies have shown that dropping out has long lasting effects on people. Financial problems are seen to be the biggest. High school dropouts are far less likely to have financial stability due to the fact that many well paying jobs in our society require at least a high school degree. Furthermore, in order to have a successful career, it is important to now have a college degree, something you can't get unless you have a high school degree. The Alliance for Excellent Education did a study and found that high school dropouts make about $8,000 less each year than a high school graduate, and $26,000 less each year than a college graduate. Furthermore, another study conducted by the Alliance for Excellent Education reported that the nation could save as much as $18.5 billion in annual crime costs if the high school male graduation rate increased by only 5%. Lastly, another negative impact of dropping out is low self esteem. Studies have shown that both high school and college dropouts suffer from low self esteem in their later life due to dropping out. This is a problem because low self esteem can lead to severe anxiety, depression, low self confidence, and self neglect. So, this is once again why I chose to volunteer at the Camarillo Library Tutoring Center in hopes of giving a kid a better future and life and making sure they have the same support I had while I was growing up, because I believe it is important to educate and support our youth and make sure they have the opportunity to go on to higher education, just like in the way all of us here were given.